Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
San Diego police investigating a deadly house fire last weekend have made a shocking arrest. They now believe the only family member who made it out unscathed was actually the one who started that fire. Our 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena is live at the jail with what we know about the son now accused of killing his parents and his sister. Lindsay.
Yeah, Steve, Wilbur Romero was arrested earlier this afternoon and is now here in custody at the jail downtown. One neighbor we spoke with says, unfortunately, she wasn't surprised to hear about this development. Neighbors spent the afternoon holding a car wash to raise money for the surviving members of the Romero family. Last Sunday night, their home in this Logan Heights neighborhood was engulfed in flames. The fire killed parents Jose and Nicolasa and daughter Iris. 2 other siblings remain in the hospital. The one brother who escaped unharmed, Wilbur, is now under arrest for allegedly setting the fire. A neighbor who is too scared to reveal her identity says Wilbur has tried to set several fires over the past few years. She says his mom tried to protect him.
She find him putting gasoline, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "There is a demon who is talking on my head. There is somebody's talking on my head that you guys need to die burn."
That same neighbor says she's known the family for years and says Wilbur's issues have gotten worse recently.
He tried to murder the dad with a machete last year. They're supposed to give him 14 years, but the man said to the dad, like, "Don't, please, I don't want my son to be in jail. Please, say you started a fight so he can get released."
Earlier this week, Wilbur Romero spoke with 10 News at a vigil for his family. He says his sister blamed him for not helping enough during the fire.
Once I could see them, I hope that they want to see me, because my sister thinks that I wasn't trying to help her out because I got a panic attack. So I started screaming for help.
Romero was booked on several counts, including attempted murder, and arson. He's expected to be arraigned next Tuesday. Reporting live in downtown San Diego, Lindsay Pena, 10 News.
Lindsay, thank you. The family of a man who was stabbed to death in a road rage attack is one step closer to closure.
I get to close this part of my life and try to move forward and have some peace.
Sasha Martinez, that's her, speaking through tears after her fiance's killer was convicted. This was the scene in Chula Vista last November. 60-year-old Ricky Smith sat there in handcuffs after stabbing Horace Williams 7 times in a violent act of road rage. Well, today the jury found Smith guilty of second-degree murder.
For me, justice will be if he was still here, and I'm not going to get him again.
Smith will now be sentenced December the 11th. He faces 15 years to life behind bars. 3 San Diego women are the latest victims to take on the Catholic Church over sexual abuse. Those women came forward today to announce a lawsuit against the Diocese of San Diego. All 3 say they were abused by Monsignor Gregory Sheridan as children. He passed away in 1991. The Diocese of San Diego tells 10 News that Sheridan was included on its list released last year, which names all staff with credible allegations against them.
You don't have to suffer in silence anymore. Please come forward. Please come forward. We're here for you.
That lawsuit came just days after Governor Gavin Newsom signed a new law this week extending the statute of limitations. It also includes a 3-year window, which allows anyone to file a lawsuit who claims to be a victim of childhood sexual abuse. Happening right now, residents along the Gulf Coast, they are bracing for Tropical Storm Nestor. That fast-moving storm isn't expected to reach hurricane status before making landfall this weekend. But the biggest threat will be a storm surge of up to 5 feet from Apalachicola to Cedar Key, that is, Florida. Tropical storm warnings have been canceled for Alabama and Louisiana, but city officials in New Orleans, they are still worried. They're concerned that strong winds could bring down 2 cranes damaged in last week's Hard Rock Hotel construction site collapse.
We talked about the 3 real risks we face with each of those cranes and then the wall that's unstabilized. Now we face weather.
Well, crews will use explosives to bring down those cranes tomorrow before the storm. An exonerated Marine colonel has finally been released from the brig. Colonel Dan Wilson was convicted in 2017 of sexually assaulting a 6-year-old girl while stationed in North Carolina. That conviction was overturned in July, but he's been in the brig at Camp Pendleton ever since. Last month, the judge extended his stay, saying that Wilson was a flight risk. Wilson was also convicted of unauthorized leave and conduct unbecoming of an officer. We have a 10 News follow-up now. Police do believe they have arrested the man caught here on camera breaking into a North Park business to steal a crystal. Our 10 News anchor Vanessa Ben Hefty shows how the store's owner spotted the man walking in the area 2 days after the crime.
So I made futons and frames.
Leslie Evans has owned this custom futon store for 31 years.
31 years I've been standing in this room.
But for the first time, she's closed after this. A man smashed in her front door to steal a shiny crystal in the front window. Just 2 days later, this happened.
My heart just instantly started pounding because I was like, you gotta be kidding, that's him, that's him, that's him. So I grabbed my cell phone.
By chance or luck of that stolen crystal, Evans recognized the crook walking right by her store.
Red backpack, he changed his clothes, but he still had that red backpack and he's unmistakable with his hair part in the middle, that long blonde hair. I just went, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I followed behind and dialed 911 and said, hey, the guy who broke into my store is walking towards 30th Street on University. You need to get the police here. And she said, stop following him. And I'm like, no, I can't stop following him. There's no way. I was really happy because one way or another, it was either gonna be me who gets him or the police, but I got him.
Then her backup arrives.
Police turn the corner and their window was down and I instantly start yelling, get him, get him.
She yanked out her phone, showing the cops her 10 News story of the break-in. That arrest recorded, and lo and behold, nestled in that red backpack, that lucky crystal.
All this for this? I would have given it to you.
The crystal broken in two, back in the store, but no longer for sale.
Oh, well, if I could have done the happy dance right then and there, I would have, but, you know.
Vanessa Ben Hefty, 10 News.
Do not mess with Leslie. She will find you. The suspected thief has a long rap sheet. The store owner hopes to reopen here in the next couple of weeks, but she will have to replace all of her inventory. It is covered in glass. 2 clumsy thieves were caught on camera breaking into a Normal Heights salon as well. Just before 2:30 this morning, someone threw a rock into the window at the Salon Bordeaux and climbed right on in. The partners in crime pried open the cash drawer and then took off, but not before one of them tripped and broke the side table. He then realized he forgot his crowbar, so he climbs back inside to get it and tries to run off. But the owner says the joke's on them.
Fortunately, we don't keep any cash in the salon overnight, so they didn't really get much except for hopefully some injury from the glass.
The police have not made any arrests.
It's just very unsafe to have any neighbors walking in the neighborhood.
New at 11 in East County neighborhood is in fear tonight. They say that one woman's German Shepherd keeps escaping and attacking. It's a story 10 News has been investigating for more than 2 weeks. And now 10 News reporter Jeff Lasky has obtained police records about a dog rescue organization that neighbors say is out of control.
A beautiful German Shepherd resting peacefully. The problem is, he's not always this peaceful.
I've lived here for 10 years. And it's just progressively getting worse.
Susie Avalos lives next door to Happy Heart's German Shepherd Rescue, which is run out of this La Mesa home.
So you see the fence is not high. It's right up here. The dogs don't have a problem jumping over this fence.
And when the dogs get out, they can get aggressive. One neighbor recorded video of one attack. I say one because there have been several. 10 News obtained these records from the La Mesa Police Department. This log details at least 28 times officers have had to go to Happy Hearts to round up escaped dogs or help people who have been attacked.
We have a lot of people on this street that have young kids, and I just worry that a child is going to get bit or something worse is going to happen.
10 News confronted Donna, the woman who runs Happy Hearts. She declined to be interviewed on camera. She did say she's sorry people are afraid of her dogs or any dogs. Donna also claimed she's in the process of moving to a new place in the North County, but neighbors say she's been saying that for a while. While they support the idea of rescuing these dogs, they say she needs to do it responsibly or stop.
The frequency which she forgets to close her gates or the dogs escape, it kind of imperils the neighborhood.
They're out of control and she should not have a license.
In La Mesa, Jeff Lasky, 10 News.
The La Mesa Police Department tells 10 News it is working to try and resolve the issue and that public safety is its highest priority. Hillary Clinton says that Russia is grooming a Democratic candidate to interfere in the presidential election. In a podcast yesterday, she suggested that Russia is eyeing Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard. Gabbard, who is polling behind most of her fellow Democrats, said in August she has ruled out running as a third-party candidate. Gabbard has been accused of being cozy with Russia in the past.
As much as Hillary Clinton would love for me to run as an independent or a third-party candidate, I am not entertaining that. I will not do that. I am a Democrat.
Gabbard also responded on Twitter tonight saying, quote, "It's now clear that this primary is between you and me. Don't cowardly hide behind your proxies. Join the race directly." The State Department is also closing the books on an investigation that has gone on for 3.5 years. This afternoon, Republican Senator Chuck Grassley released a report on the department's investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails. Officials found 38 people violated policy by sending classified information to Clinton's private email server. Although there were violations, investigators say they did not find any deliberate mishandling of information.